It's nice to be with you today. My name is Wael William Diab, and I've been involved with IIC for quite some time now in a number of roles. I'm on the steering committee, and I'm also the secretary of the steering committee. I chair the technology working group, and I also chair the liaison working group. And in addition, I chair the industrial artificial intelligence group, which is under the technology area. And I'm excited to talk to you about that because we have an upcoming publication. So the technology working group is the arm of IIC that looks at emerging technologies, technology trends, and provides guidance, frameworks, technical reports along those trends to enable the adoption of industrial IoT systems. Many of our publications have been widely used across the world and across several sectors and industries to enable implementation of industrial IoT systems and digital transformation. For instance, the IIRA, which is the reference architecture for industrial IoT, has been one of our cornerstone publications. We have since then published a number of key publications like the connectivity framework, the industrial analytics framework, and others. And we continue to do that. Part of what technology does is by leveraging the diverse set of stakeholders that exist within IIC, we look at what we believe are going to be the next emerging trends as well as the emerging requirements. And from that, we try to give the industry deliverables that will help address challenges in adoption, but also enable accelerating the deployment of these systems to allow for the next generation services and applications. Some of the key things that we are looking forward to this year that will be coming out are we have an update to our vocabulary document, which again is one of these foundational documents in industrial IoT that's been used by a number of different stakeholders and shared with liaison partners. We are also looking to extend the work that the EDGE task group has done within technology. We have an update that includes trustworthiness and asset tracking. We are also looking to have an update to the networking framework that was recently published. And last but not least, we have the industrial IoT AI framework that is coming out, which is going to be a unique framework in the industry. So one of the things that's been going on is we see a lot of enablers that are coming together on the technical side that are allowing for the digital transformation to occur. What does that mean? What that means is that when we take a look at some of the applications and services that were envisioned, but were perhaps not feasible for a number of reasons, when you add technologies like artificial intelligence, it takes that to the next level and it allows for this to happen. And we start to see that happening across industries. So what we try to do within IIC is to take a look at the intersection of AI and industrial IoT, recognizing that there's been a lot of work that's done on artificial intelligence. And we know from our work within IIC that there's been a tremendous amount of work done on industrial IoT. But the question that really kicked us off is what is happening when you combine AI as an enabler for industrial IoT systems? And so that was the frame that we looked at it. The framework is unique in that it takes a number of different perspectives and it brings in different stakeholders when it is looking at this segment. For instance, we bring both the IT and OT perspectives when we are taking a look at this. We talk a lot about the capabilities of AI, but we also look at the requirements that are emerging from industrial IoT systems where AI could address some of those issues. Like we have done with the industrial analytics framework as well as the reference architecture in the past, we use an approach that takes into account different viewpoints. So we look at more of a business type viewpoint where we talk about, what is the value add that this would bring in. We also take a look at a usage viewpoint. We take a look at an implementation viewpoint as well as an architectural viewpoint. Last but not least, we know that artificial intelligence, while in many cases is similar to any other advancements that have happened in IT, it does have some of its unique characteristics because it's a learning system. And for that reason, we also take a look from an industrial IoT perspective. What are some of these considerations that need to be dealt with, and how do we handle them? As an example, things like ethical considerations, things like trustworthiness, things like learning and training, deployment of systems. And again, we try to look at it from the frame of AI intersecting with industrial IoT. AI is a very exciting topic today, and certainly I think we should all feel kind of lucky to be alive at this moment because of all the rapid advancement that's happening and all the good that AI can bring. So within sort of the sphere of what's going on, there's a lot of standardization work that's happening around artificial intelligence. I happen to, in another role, chair the ISO and IEC Joint Committee on Artificial Intelligence that does standardization. We have quite a comprehensive program on standardization that ranges from foundational projects to data-focused projects to trustworthiness, to ethics, to use cases and applications, to governance, to computational standards and testing. And we are also looking at a very novel approach to use a management system standard to help add confidence in the deployment of AI systems. So that is very exciting. It also complements quite well what the framework that's coming out of IIC. In addition, IoT Solutions World Congress, which has been around for a few years now and is one of the premier congresses that happens around industrial IoT, has had an AI component for the last few years, which we are happy that to see the whole Congress start again. I'm one of the chairs for the AI segment, and we are looking forward to that happening in May of this year. The focus there is on two aspects. One is on use cases, applications of AI that are quite exciting, and some of the changes going on there and the problems that people tackle across different industries. And the second is, kind of showcasing in a very practical way what some of the emerging technologies that are happening around AI and within industrial IoT as well.